Okay, this is going to be something a little bit different. I've had a couple of questions over the last month or so about the great central sun. Some people have a little information about it, some people have no knowledge about it. I've always been interested in it, so I just did a brief, cursory research on it on the internet. It's by no means all inclusive. I'm just going to read some of the articles I found, and hopefully that'll give you some ideas. And if you're further interested, please feel free to continue the research on your own. This is from Summit Lighthouse Encyclopedia. The Great Central Sun, also called the Great Hub, is the center of cosmos, the point of integration of the spirit matter cosmos, the point of origin of all physical spiritual creation, the nucleus or white fire core of the cosmic egg. The God star, Sirius, is the focus of the Great Central Sun in our sector of the galaxy. The spiritual sun behind the physical sun in the center of the universe is not, as it would seem, in back of the physical sun. It is congruent with or superimposed upon it, but in another dimension. Man's own causal body is a miniature replica of the great central sun. Moreover, every atom and manifestation is built upon the same pattern of energy spirals evolving spheres within spheres. The color bands of the great central sun, as well as the atom, are planes of God's consciousness, differentiated only by their frequency or vibration, and the white fire core is the focus of spirit becoming matter and matter becoming spirit. Thus, in the hub, the center of the spirit matter cosmos, and in the heart of every atom, the spiritual sun and the physical sun coexist. Here, in the white fire core, the simultaneous manifestation of spirit and matter provides the necessary components for creation. Here and only here can creation be born. 11 concentric rings surround the core of God's being. These, together with the center, make up the 12 planes of consciousness found in the atom of God. 7 outer rays and 5 secret rays. A vortex of energy, physical or spiritual, central to systems or worlds that it thrusts from or gathers onto itself by the central sun magnet. Whether in the microcosm or the macrocosm, the central sun is the principal energy source, vortex or nexus of energy interchange in atoms, cells, man, the heart center, amidst plant life in the core of the earth. The great central sun, also called the great hub, is the center of cosmos, the point of integration of the spirit matter cosmos, the point of origin of all physical spiritual creation. The nucleus or white fire core of the cosmic egg, the God star, Sirius, is the focus of the great central sun in our sector of the galaxy. Here is from another website, the Sun, Central Sun, and Greater Central Sun. Arise, children of the sun. Awaken to the song of your celestial heart of all there is. Embrace the sun within your heart and shine it forth for all to see. Dance in the golden rays of liquid light. Be free, be joyful, for now is the time. The sun is at the center of our solar system and is the center of light, the intelligence that governs this solar system. The sun is connected to every aspect of life and creates the world as we live in it. The sun is not just a gaseous ball, but a very highly evolved world of beings. They illuminate, direct us, and at night through the moon. The sun is a great place of learning and wisdom, also a stage of initiation for those who choose to go through the sun and beyond. The sun is connected to the central suns. Our own central sun is Alcyone, from the Pleiadian system that we are part of. There are many suns and central suns, and it is through these suns that all worlds are governed. The sun reads the vibrations and helps us to grow. If it feels our love, it feeds that love. If it feels our fear, it creates experience for us to open up more fully to love. The sun is light, and the light allows us to see the mirror. The sun is changing. Its vibrations are heightening as we open up to the sun within our hearts. We are aligning also with the central sun as our journey back into alignment with the sun is a cyclical completion. We are completing not only a 26,000-year cycle, but also a 500,000 and a 2 million year cycle as we return to our source, back to God Creator. We have breathed out into creation through the goddess and the creation experience, and are now breathing in and back to God's source. The sun gives us life, and the golden rays of the sun are the highest vibration of divine love energy. Its higher expression is a mass of divine light beings. Intelligence designs itself as light, and it is the intelligence of the sun that holds the solar system in its energetic field. Also, as we align with our sun, other suns are sending their cosmic rays. These cosmic rays are solar flares from our central sun that are aligning on the Earth as we star map the grid with the solar system in harmony once more. The last time we were aligned to the sun and central sun was in the last golden age. At that time, we created the pyramids, stone circles, standing stones in alignment with different stars in our solar system. These stars are suns and central suns. The greater central sun is now aligning with us also, which means all these higher frequencies of source energy are creating a shift in consciousness, and it is a graduation party for everyone. We become our light body and solar self, God I am. The Earth becomes a sun, the sun a central sun. The central sun becomes a greater central sun. The greater central sun becomes ever more greater sun back to source. The Pleiadians are joyously awaiting the second sun, which will manifest as we merge. The central sun, Alcyone, is in alignment on the 21st of May, with the Wessic full moon in Shambhala force on May 18th. The central sun, Aldebaran, the eye of the bull, in Taurus, will be aligned on the 31st of May. Almach of the Andromedan galaxy is right on the big alignment, May 4th. The Andromedan galaxy is in alignment with divine will, and this galaxy is merging with us. This is a multidimensional experience grounded to the Taurus alignment, the birthing of the new creation, the Golden Age. In a 26,000-year cycle, which takes in the full cycle of the zodiac, we have four main stages. The first being the Golden Age, where we are in full conscious connection to divinity, prime creator, God is within, where we live in a state of harmony with all life. Peace and love are the energy we work with. We are aligned to the sun and central sun and core of the earth. Then we have Silver Age, where we start to need ritual to keep our connections. Next, the Bronze Age, where the creator loses itself in creation and we start to experience separation. Then the Iron Age, or Kali, Dark Age, where we totally lose our connection and there is chaos. The energy we run on is fear. We are now just about to move out of the Dark Age and into the Golden Age and new cycle. Halfway through this 26,000-year cycle, we go into the photon belt. The photon belt is a band of light photons that runs through the central sun of the Pleiadian system. This sun is called Alcyone, and our solar system is in outer orbit from Alcyone and the belt. The Mayans, who are master mathematicians and timekeepers, came to Earth and left us with the calendar and glyphs of the cyclic flows of our universe. They come from a star that is in close orbit to Alcyone and always within the photon belt of light. Our solar system will be fully in the belt in 2012 for 2,000 years, then out again for another 11,000 years. The year 2012 was the estimated end of the Mayan calendar. This may have come forward in time with new recent revelations of the calendar and the powerful shifts we are experiencing. As there is no time and all is now, to be at peace with this shift is to be surrendered into divine will and be in our connections to source through our heart. The last time we went into the belt was in the age of Leo, when Atlantis was at its peak, and then experienced the cataclysm as we hit the belt. As we are not in harmony with the higher octave of light, but at that time in our learning we were also going into denser vibrations, from the Silver into the Bronze Age. Now we are about to come into the photon belt again, into the age of Aquarius, which is opposite Leo, and we are having to make a great leap in consciousness out of fear into love. If we can do this again, that will be a harmonious transition. In Leo, we had to learn about God's will and our will, and we went out of alignment with divine will and into our own. In Aquarius, we are learning to align our will to divine will, and so come from our heart, solar self, which is our divine connection, learning to live in harmony and cooperation with each other. Much of humanity still has the fear of destruction as the only way we change, as the memories of Atlantis still operate in the control and power dramas that run with fear, as full on as ever on this planet. The earth changes are the changes in us. If we keep abusing and disregarding the sacredness of all life, then we will create great chaos as a means of release from it. For when we are so separate from love, we create destruction and annihilation. But we have the opportunity to change this if we choose love. The solar energy is creating a new vibration with which disturbing and destructive energies will not be able to live. The vibration of love is coming in so strongly now. The sun is ready to complete and move into higher octaves, and we are going to, as we are one with the sun and in our solar system. We are coming back into alignment. By being clear in our mind, emotions, and bodies, we will be able to cope with and enjoy these golden rays of love and light, highlight energies. With the shift in axis last time, our hearts were closed through fear and frozen, just like the formation of the ice poles at that time. As we melt the ice in our hearts, the ice melts at the poles, which is now happening. We are the earth changes, as we are one with the earth and all creation. The fear of prophecies of doom, tidal waves, volcanoes, earthquakes, is the fear within us. If we can love and transmute the inner tidal wave of emotion or earthquake within ourselves, we are free of the fear of the physical world. By practicing this, we open the doorway of the heart, the unconditional love, and so move into higher dimensions where fear does not exist. Our world changes to one of harmony and peace. All ancient civilizations honored the sun as a symbol of source, the giver of life. They used gold as the metal that symbolized the sun divine energy. One example of the use of gold and its divine connection is that with the Incas. In Peru, there is a golden solar disk. This had come from Lemuria just before the cataclysm that erased the amazing civilization. A master was guardian of this disk for a long time, and the Incas used it as they were aligned with its energy through the central sun and worthy to use it. It was at the Temple of the Sun in Cusco. Cusco, 4,000 meters up in the Andes, itself being a sacred place. For after the great flood that submerged most of the earth, two starry beings came down to the islands of the sun and moon in Lake Titicaca. They had a golden rod, and wherever it put to the earth would be sacred, and the beginnings of a new expression of humanity on earth. This place was Cusco's, which thought of by the Incas as the umbilical cord of earth. When the Spanish invaded in their lust for gold and power, they plundered the temple of incredible gold and silver sacred objects, melting them down and destroying the great temple and other buildings to build their churches in town. They never found the golden disc, and to this day it has never been found. Some think it is under Cusco in a network of tunnels that the Incas made from the temple to Sacsayhuaman in the hill above Cusco's and other such places. There is even mention of a tunnel all the way to Ecuador, which was in their kingdom. On the 24th of June each year, a luminous glow is seen from the tunnels beneath Cusco as a presence of the central sun's glow for humanity. Now that Lemuria is once again rising and all the cycles of civilization merging, we are awakening to the presence of the golden disk through the central sun and our solar cells. The disks are becoming once again free to vibrate in divine love and light as their energy pulses through the network of light around and through the earth. There are other golden disks that are now being activated at the island of the sun, Lake Titicaca, Bolivia. In Egypt, the golden solar disk there at the Temple of Horus, the Ra connection, in the Himalayas at Himachal Pradesh and Tibet in southern England and other locations. Some of these have been dormant a long time, others are always active, like in the Himalayas. Being in their energy field creates great shifts in consciousness. We are one with the sun and have within us the golden solar disk as well. We can anchor our own golden disk within our hearts and bring in that energy in any sacred place, which also means our own backyard or home, as all the earth is sacred. We are now being able to just travel to these power sites, but anchor the energy wherever we are. As we connect through our inner sun in our heart, the earth as it becomes our sun, the central sun, and greater central sun. Just allow yourself to be in this energy in your true presence. There are 20 golden discs that are physical and were used in other cycles to keep the divine energy aligned with third density of the earth. 20 is a number of the marriage of heaven and earth, spirit and matter. Where we can be in the world of form and non-form as one, in the world but not of it. We are now entering the 2000s in this vibration. Our sun in this solar system is also vibrating at the number 20, as it operates at the 20th plane. The sun is also the merged god, goddess, male, female, and not just male. There is a sun goddess named called Sol, S-O-L, in mythology also. The sun is beyond duality, male, female, and is unified energy. The moon is a satellite and reflects the sun at night, Notice how golden the moon is nowadays. It is now time for us to connect within to our source and solar self. Become aware of the sun within our heart, a radiant golden ball of divine light. Feel and sense and be open to its love, joy, and warmth. As we are now about to enter the golden cycle and into alignment with our solar self once more, we are now becoming conscious of the golden solar discs and the energy they emanate. We are a golden solar disc. Their full activation is to assist in the transition of cycles, this time without fear, but in divine love and into the fifth dimension. We are at the precipice of a galactic change in cycle that is far greater than just the new birth of the sun in our solar system. The sun and solar energy is radiating to and through the earth like never before as our sun aligns with our central sun, and through to the greater central sun in alignment with all. This is a major event and the reason why so many of us who are taking responsibility and honoring and trusting our hearts are following our calling. Our solar self illumines us and transmutes our pain and fear, our separation consciousness into unity consciousness as we reunite us with our source. End of article. This is another article. This is a channeled piece from the Temple of the Presence, the Nameless One from the center of the universe. Once you have touched the heart of your I Am Presence, you will realize that your God Presence gives obeisance, honor, and glory to the One, to that universal light anchored in the great central sun. There are those who would say that the great central sun is an unreachable star. But you, my sons and daughters, have been vested with the light in the heart that will propel you to that destiny. Yes, beloved ones, many do not perceive the strength and courage to keep with the fight, to keep with the battle to forge on. There are tendencies in the physical octave to give way to all manner of ailing, of infirmity, not just the infirmity of the physical, beloved ones, but also infirmity of emotion, an infirm capacity to love with steadfastness, and the infirm ability to perceive life with an unwavering, illumined mind. Beloved ones, I, the Nameless One from the center of the universe, have sent forth many messengers. I have sent forth many who were my own sons and daughters to bring to the planet the fullness of the teaching from my heart. As I have sent forth the ones in the physical octave, there has arisen all manner of opposition against their mission. But it has not stopped the onward flow, the onward motion toward the goal, toward the victory. This should be an inspiration to every son and daughter, for there should be no pebble, no boulder, no river, no mountain that cannot be hurdled, cannot be forded, cannot be climbed. For you see, you are never allowed any obstacle where you are not also equipped to be victorious. The great star, the great central sun, seems so very far away for so many, because they only perceive the pebble that stands between them and the grand central sun. They have lost sight of the goal. They have lost the vision. It has been said, without vision the people perish. Truly, beloved ones, without the vision there is the snarling and entanglement of all manner of preoccupations that would keep you from the goal. The light of my altar in the great central sun is blinding to many. There are few who have trekked so far as to be able to kneel at this altar. For it takes the stalwart. It takes those who have the vision to be able to make the trek. It takes those who have the courage to step over the pebbles and not allow the pebble to dissuade them from their mission. Too much of the attention continues to be placed on all the pebbles, all the preoccupation of the why and the wherefore and the how, that constantly keep you from realizing the fullness of your God opportunity. There will come a time, beloved ones, when you will be left to listening to the inner guidance of your own God presence. Will you be prepared? Will you have cleared the lens of your consciousness? Or will you be, as so many, caught up in the distortions, the anguish of the human consciousness that rides in as a riptide, to divert you away from holding fast to the vision of your own God presence and into ever-shifting distractions? There is only one goal that should be the focus for the light bearers of this planet, and that goal is the reuniting with the light of God in the great central sun. For God would have you place your attention upon only one priority, and that is God. You start by affirming the honor and glory of your own God presence. But once you have touched the heart of your I Am Presence, you will realize that your God presence gives obeisance, honor, and glory to the One, to the universal light anchored in the great central sun. This is the thread that binds all in the unity and the oneness of God. There is no separation. albeit there are those who would like to think themselves separate and apart. But I tell you, all are one in the heart of God. When those of the land finally wake up to this realization that there is no separation, and when they place their understanding, for it will resonate loud and clear, the who, the why, the where. For you see, every divinely inspired prompting comes from the same source. Wherever there is a corresponding resounding of that fire and that God vibration, it is recognized at even the highest level, and all are of one accord. How long will you tarry in the physical? It is said by many, we do not understand the ascended octaves. Therefore, we do not desire to leap into an area unknown. Beloved ones, if you will only attain to a certain ability to focus and center your tune in the heart of your own God presence, if only for one moment, and then remember that moment. Remember that high vibration. Remember how scintillating the physical body felt as it disappeared from the screen of your mind, and there was no more physical awareness in your world. There was only the vibration of the light and love of God, pouring so through you that you felt as though you could stay in that moment for an eternity. Imagine, if you will, being in that state of consciousness, in that vibration, and moving through your day every day for the rest of eternity, functioning at a higher level, reaching out to help those of lesser attainment to attain that same vibration. This is the Ascended Master Octave. This is what you are aspiring toward. This is the light of your own God presence, nourishing all of life that you touch, not just for that one moment, but for every moment of every day throughout eternity. I have come today, for it is necessary to remind the light bearers of their high and holy calling. It is time for them to reestablish within their world what is it to be the goal of life, and to reaffirm it in their hearts, the first commandment. Thou shalt have no other gods before me, and to hold fast to that commandment. As the light streams forth from my heart, ride the current of that light straight into the heart of your God presence, and become one with all of life. This is a Father's desiring. This is a Father's love. Be sealed in that love, never to stray from my heart. Nameless one from the center of the universe. End of article. Now, this is a notation in the Theosophical Encyclopedia about the great central sun, the mysterious spiritual being in the center of our cosmos, and from which the physical sun emanated. It is commonly equated with God, or the highest deity in the various religions. In the writings of Helen Blavatsky, the phrase central spiritual sun, or invisible sun, is used in three senses: as an astronomical object in the Milky Way galaxy, as the highest God or deity, and as the divine self within human beings. Astronomically, it is outside the solar system. Blavatsky suggests that it may be equated with the central body in the Milky Way, a point unseen and mysterious, the ever-hidden center of attraction of our sun and system. It is still in a laya, or neutral condition, but nevertheless acting as an attracting and ever-emitting life center. As a spiritual being, it is the highest conception of deity or God we can make. The ancients equated with Io or Abraxas. It is Para-Brahman among Hindus. Among the Kabbalists, it is Ein Sof. It is also the point of the center of the six-pointed star. It radiates 7 rays. The 3 Kabbalistic faces are the 3 lights and the 3 lives of Ein Sof, the Para-Brahma of the Westerns, also called the central invisible sun. The universe is his spirit, soul, and body, his 3 emanations. This triune nature, the purely spiritual, the purely material, and the middle nature, or imponderable matter, of which is composed man's astral soul, are represented by the equatorial triangles with 3 sides are equal. Because these 3 principles are diffused throughout the universe in equal proportions, and the one law in nature being perfect equilibrium, they are eternal and coexistent. Julian the Apostate spoke of the central sun in its 3 aspects, the first being the universal cause of all, the second being paramount intelligence, and the third being the visible sun. The central sun is the logos that manifests through the physical sun. The term spiritual sun is at times used in a third sense to refer to the inner self, the divine spirit within, or Atman. It is symbolized by the new rebirth birth or the second birth alluded to by Paul. End of edition. End of audio. As I said, this is just a few notations that I found throughout the internet. If this inspires you, by all means, do some research on your own, and I will continue over time to do some more research, and I hope you enjoyed this little audio. Thanks for giving us a listen.